Indy Car Racing by Elizabeth Hobbs Voss. Table of Contents. Chapter 1. Start Your Engines. 4. Chapter 2. Indy Car History. 10. Chapter 3. Rules and Tracks. 16. Chapter 4. Cars and Equipment. 22. Comprehension Questions. 25. Glossary. 26. 28. Glossary. 30. To learn more. 31. About the author. 31. Index. 32. Chapter 1. Start Your Engines. The Indianapolis 500 is about to start. 33 drivers wait in the starting grid. They watch for the green flag. The driver in the best starting spot is called the pole sitter. The flag waves and the race begins. Drivers zoom down the track. They speed around and around for 200 laps. Fast fact: the Indianapolis 500 is the most famous Indy car race. It is 500 miles, 805 kilometers long. The track for the Indianapolis 500 is 2.5 miles, 4 kilometers long. The drivers turn the final corner. It's a close race, but one car pulls ahead. It crosses the finish line and the huge crowd cheers. Indy cars can go more than 230 miles per hour, 370 kilometers per hour. Many traditions. The Indianapolis 500 has many traditions. It always takes place on Memorial Day weekend. Fans sing Back Home Again in Indiana, and the winner gets a bottle of milk. Hello Castrovinus holds up his bottle of milk after winning the Indianapolis 500 in 2001. Chapter 2. Indy Car History. Indy car racing is one of the oldest kinds of car racing. The first race happened in 1909. 6 cars made 3 laps around the track. The first Indy cars could only go about 56 miles per hour, 90 kilometers per hour. In 1911, the first Indianapolis 500 was held. Many people watched. Indy car racing became popular. Drivers race on tracks throughout the United States. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway is nicknamed the Brickyard. It's used to be paved in bricks. Fast fact: early Indy car tracks were often made of wood or dirt. In the 1990s, Indy car racing split into 2 leagues. Fewer people watch races, but the groups came back together in 2008. They formed a new modern version of Indy car racing. Women racing. Most Indy car drivers are men, but women race Indy cars too. In 1977, Janet Garai became the first woman to race in the Indianapolis 500. The modern Indianapolis Motor Speedway can hold more than 350,000 people. Chapter 3. Rules and Tracks. There are 22 races in the Indy Car Series each year. Each event begins with qualifying rounds. The fastest drivers move on to the main race. Drivers with top speeds in qualifying rounds get better positions in the main race. Drivers earn points for their place in each race. At the end of the series, the driver with the most points wins the championship. Drivers get the most points for finishing first, second, or third. They can also get points for leading some laps. A.J. Foyt raced for several decades. He won 7 Indy car championships. Fast fact: A.J. Foyt won the most Indy car championships. He also had the most wins in one season. Indy car series happen on different kinds of tracks. Speedways are short ovals, road courses are longer, each has a different shape. Street circuits run through cities. Sending messages. Indy car racing uses 9 flags. Each flag gives the race drivers a message. The green flag means go. A checker flag signals the end of the race. The Honda Indy Toronto race uses a street circuit. Chapter 4. Cars and Equipment. Indy cars have open cockpits and just one seat. They are open-wheel cars. That means the wheels are on the outside. Indy cars can cost more than $3 million to build and race. Indy cars are lighter than some other types of race cars, but they have strong engines that help them go fast. Pit stops. Indy cars need to be fixed during races, so drivers make fast pit stops. The crew changes tires and adds fuel. All the fixes can happen in just 7 seconds. It takes a lot of training to be part of a pit crew. Indy car racing can be dangerous, so drivers wear strong helmets and clothes that can't catch fire. Barriers along racetrack walls also protect drivers if they crash. Fast fact: in 2020, safety screens were added to the cockpits of Indy cars. Because of the high speeds and open cockpits, crashes in Indy car racing can be deadly. Comprehension questions. Write your answers on a separate piece of paper. Write a few sentences that explain the main ideas of Chapter 3. Do you think IndyCar racing is too dangerous? Why or why not? What kind of IndyCar tracks are shaped like ovals? A. Road courses. B. Street circuits. C. Speedways. How could adding safety screens in IndyCar cockpits protect drivers? A. The screens could make the cars lighter. B. The screens could keep things from hitting drivers' heads. C. The screens could block drivers' views. What does modern mean in this book? But the groups came back together in 2008. They formed the new modern version of IndyCar racing. A. Used very long ago. B. No longer used. C. Being used today. What does signals mean in this book? The green flag means go. A checkered flag signals the end of the race. A. Stops a car. B. Sends a message. C. Takes a picture. Glossary. Barriers. Walls of foam and street that act as cushions in crashes. Cockpits. The parts of race cars where the drivers sit. Leagues. Groups of drivers or teams that compete against one another. Pit stops. Times when race cars stop to get fuel or repairs. Qualifying. Types of area races used to pick where drivers will start in later races. Series. A set of IndyCar races that take place around the world each year. Starting grid. An area of a track where drivers line up to begin the race. Traditions. Beliefs or ways of doing tricks that have existed for a long time. To learn more. Books. Adamson Thomas K. Indy Cars Minneapolis Bellwether Media 2018. Broadwick Henry A. Indy Cars North Mankato, Minnesota Capstone Press 2018. Fishman John M. Cool Indy Cars Minneapolis Lerner Publications 2019. Online resources. Visit www.apexeditions.com to find links and resources related to this title. About the author. Elizabeth Hobbs Voss is a children's writer and journalist. She enjoys writing books that entertain and educate young people. She is the author of several children's books. She lives in New York City with her husband, Todd. Index. C. Cockpits 22-27. E. Engines 24. F. Flags 4, 6, 21. Foyt, A.J. 19. G. Gurine Janet 15. I. Indianapolis 500 4, 7, 9, 12. L. Leagues 14. P. Pit stops 25. Q. Qualifying 16. R. Road courses 20. S. Speedways 20. Starting grid 4. Street circuits 20.